We were at Target the other day and we noticed this Miniverse box and it said Lord of the Rings. It looks like there were many different kinds of swords and axes we could create. And I thought, that's cool, let's pick some up. So let's see what we get. Look at that shiny gold. Let's unwrap this and see what this is about. I've seen the movies a few times and I think that is Elvish, the language of the elves, but I don't know what it means. Does anyone know what it means? Okay, let's unpack this and see what we're going to make. We got a little bag here, and then we got this box here, and it looks like there's going to be a couple swords or an option to make a couple swords. And there's a major clue right in front of our eyes that indicates which one we're going to make. Let's open this booklet and confirm. And yes, it is. We are going to make Sting. Now, if you've seen the movies, you know that Sting is the sword that Frodo carries. And this sword was given to him by Bilbo. And it lights up blue whenever orcs are near, which is pretty cool. I think this sword is going to be lighting up blue. Or some kind of effect like that. And this appears to be the molten metal for our sword. I wonder what's inside this box. Looks like a map of Mordor. How cool is that? We also have a hammer and an anvil. And then it looks like this is a filer. It's pretty rough, so I think this can be used to file down the sword. Let's uncover what is inside this little packet. Oh, and it looks like small bottles of potion, I guess, or we'll have to see what's inside. Could be powder, or let's just see. And here's a small spoon, really small spoon, so I'm guessing it's definitely some kind of powder. Oh, and here is another vial of powder. And if I were to guess what's inside this, it is the sword mold. So we're going to be putting all of the molten metal and powders in here to mold our sword, Sting. And the last thing to unpack is this long chain. Remember in the movie, Frodo carried this chain with the ring. And I'll stop there so I don't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't watched it. Okay, let's start making our sword. We're going to take our spoon and start adding the powder into the mold. We're going to start with this blue one. Ooh, and it actually, I think this is glitter. It's not what I was expecting. Oh, one quick tip that I have as we're doing this is if you are sensitive to any kind of dust, definitely wear a mask. And also, don't have any fans on because they'll start blowing all your glitter all over the place. As you can see, this is getting a little bit messy, but we'll keep trucking on through so we can get a good sword out of this mold. All right, let's move on to this white one. Ooh, a little bit too much right there. Let's try not to make a huge mess. But that's kind of hard not to do. This stuff is really, really fine. Waste not, want not, people. Let's use up what's on this table and put it into our mold. Let's grab what we can and shuffle it down this sword mold. Okay, this is becoming a mini disaster, but not something that we can't overcome. Let's finish up these powder mixes and then let's move on to the main step. We are done with the glitter, so let's move on to the molten metal. We're going to attach this long tube to the bottle and we're going to squeeze the molten metal into the mold. Now the instructions say to shove down this spout into the mold as far as it can go, and don't try to squeeze air into the mold, otherwise you'll get some air bubbles. Now it's kind of hard from the side to look at this mold and see how much more metal we have left to fill. So let's turn this over to the top and see if we get a better look. Yeah, it looks like we are almost at the top. So let's just try to get rid of these air bubbles as much as possible. And then we're going to add in our sword handle. If you caught my other video where we built an aquarium with a little fish in the mini home lifestyle capsule, you'll know that I have a gripe with air bubbles. So let's try to tap as many air bubbles or all of those air bubbles out of this sword mold so we get a nice clean sword at the end. Okay, let's put in the sword handle so we can set this mold. All right, the handle is in. Let's move this now to the sun so this sword can set. I left this out for about an hour. Instructions say 15 to 20 minutes should be good. So this thing should be all set by now. So let's take a look. Trying to pull this out. Oh no, the handle is not attached. We're gonna have to find another way to get this thing out. All right, I loosened this up a little bit. I just need to take the tweezers to get the mold out. Just gotta be a little gentle, but also use some force. And this thing is coming out. All right, look at this blade. I think it turned out okay. You got some nice shiny blue glitter. Almost a glowing sword. It could be a little bit better, but did not turn out that bad at all for our first try. Here is our complete Sting sword. How did this turn out? It's glowing blue. There must be orcs in the house. There must be orcs in the house. I actually think the best part of this set is the ring and chain. So let's put that together so we can put our final set together for this Miniverse. What do you guys think of this set?
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Smash that like button.